WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is committed to your safety with 6 hours of continuous team coverage.
This is a relentless storm, Dave.
We're fortunate we all made it out alive.
And our network of sky cams across the state alerting you to danger, bringing you live footage of tornadoes as they touch down in Wathau County.
Look at this, Chase. Guys, look at that.
This is ground zero almost. I mean, this is really hard to stomach, like I said.
We take our commitment to being on your side seriously, and together we're Mississippi Strong.
Weekdays, stream First Alert Weather Plus.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us.
WLBT's First Alert Weather Team is keeping you up to date with the latest information. From your morning commute to your afternoon drive, we're on your side, streaming on your favorite devices. WLBT First Alert Weather Plus.
Good afternoon, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Dave Roberts here, along with meteorologist Ashley Zivick.
Hello. I almost said good morning.
That's right. You can say good morning. There's a lot of people who are just waking up right now.
That's true.
They may have been
somewhere.
I mean, they may have been partying. Maybe they started their weekend yesterday and they're just going, whoo-hoo.
I wish that was me.
Oh, me too. Me too. I'm going to be going to Pepsi Pops.
Good weather.
Yeah, better than
You
last
know?
week, which that's all that matters.
I got the forecast for you.
Look at you.
Bad Pepsi Pops.
She's amazing, folks.
It is going to be a little bit warm, though. I will say that. So definitely make sure to stay hydrated. We're not looking at temperatures like we saw yesterday, but still definitely going to be pretty warm. Temperatures in the 80s, mixture sun and clouds until sunset, obviously. And then looking at partly cloudy conditions later on this evening. So I think it'll be pretty good if you're planning for any Friday night activities. It's really not until the overnight time frame where we'll start to see a little bit more of an unsettled weather pattern for us here in some parts of central Mississippi. Not everywhere it's going to see the rain through this weekend. So.
This is a great forecast for Pepsi Pops. Last week, Maggie and I, we had to find a tent, we knew it was going to rain. I mean, we've been talking about that all last week. We knew that was going to happen, but we were talking about just today we're going to need one for the sun. And it's not that sunny out. There's a bunch of clouds around. I'm happy about it, to be honest with you. I'm not mad about the situation at all. So I think that's good. But let's talk about the chance for storms, because we are dealing with a chance for storms. Now, not the whole area, and it's not going to be a widespread storm event. But unfortunately, over the next 72 hours, we do run the risk of seeing some storms. Is it alert day material? Not
it's
really.
More of a nuisance than anything else.
Something to pay attention to.
Yes, so definitely make sure to stay weather aware. Make sure you've got alerts on, because both tonight and Saturday night, it looks more so of an overnight chance that we do see these storms move in. And I'll show you what I mean here by looking at the hour by hour. Now, I will say this is just one of our high resolution models. The other one, not really in agreement at all. But this is kind of just showing you what more than I think this scenario is going to play out more so than the other.
You think this scenario is going to play out more? So we're looking here at the HER. Are we looking at the HER, or are we looking at the extended HER?
Extended HER right now.
All right, so we're looking at the extended HER. There's a difference, folks. The HER updates every hour. The extended updates about 4 times a day. And then what I think you're comparing it to is the graph, which is the in-house model that we use. And the graph says, hey, look, it ain't going to storm here this weekend.
At all.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm like,
when I ran the graph yesterday, when I ran it last night, just looking at it, it was saying, what are you talking about? What storm threat? You may have a few showers, maybe, if you look really close.
It's like,
yeah, you had to look really close, and not everybody was going to see that. But the extended, what's interesting about the extended, I sometimes call it the external, don't ask me why, but the extended HRRR is it's a highly reliable forecast model, and it does work very well when you're close in, but the graph does too. And the HER works a little bit probably better because it knows what's going on right at this moment, but it wouldn't do that much with this because that's not even going to start happening until tonight.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've said my piece.
So I would say anywhere between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. is when we'll start to see this first batch move in. in the lower Delta and in Humphreys, Holmes, Itala counties. And as we continue through the early morning hours tomorrow, I would say mainly along and north of I-20 is going to be the best chance to see any kind of shower and storm activity. But as the morning goes on, the severe threat drops off pretty dramatically. It's not looking like we're going to see strong storms. I would say anywhere after 3 a.m. I think this is just going to be more so maybe some rumbles of thunder, maybe a brief gust of wind. But overall, the severe threat looks to be more so between, I would say, 11 and 2 a.m., especially in the lower Delta where that marginal risk was highlighted. And then by the time we head into, I would say, the late morning, about the lunch hour, looks pretty good. And that's pretty much going to be the case for the second half of your Saturday. Maybe an isolated shower, but not looking at a severe potential until the second round moves in late Saturday night and into early Sunday morning. And same threats go with this second round, mainly a damaging wind and hail threat more than anything else. But it looks to move through pretty quickly. I would say maybe a 2-hour time frame where this that second round moves in, and by around 6-7 o'clock in the morning, we're looking relatively dry and looks to stay mostly dry through your Sunday. I think Sunday is going to be the best day to do any outdoor activity for most of the day. And I just also wanted to highlight what we're looking at tornado energy wise. This is about the time frame with that model that we were just showing for tonight. And I would say out of all of the chances, tonight would be the most out of this weekend. Things pretty much drop off thereafter. This is around 8 o'clock on Saturday. Again, not looking to see storms around that time, even though we do have the energy there. It drops off pretty dramatically for the most part. I would say throughout the course of the overnight time frame into Sunday morning, but still some energy around, but still looking more so at like a damaging wind threat for Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then looks to be relatively mostly quiet again until about Sunday evening. So
that's the story there. So we've got some storms on the way and then much cooler weather later next week.
Yes.
That's kind of exciting.
I'm excited for it. It's going to be pretty nice, I think, for Memorial Day weekend. Temperatures in the low 80s, even upper 70s. Next Thursday, we do have a cold front moving in. I would say Tuesday night into Wednesday, potentially anywhere between the Tuesday-Wednesday time frame. And that will also bring us chances for showers and thunderstorms. But behind it, it's going to be very nice with some pretty pleasant conditions into the Memorial holiday weekend.
Cole KJ notes that it's bad in St. Louis. I know you had the radar up. If you could just go back to that for a second to show people where the bad weather's taking place right now. And you could see they are getting some bad thunderstorms. They also had bad storms in New Jersey today. They had a tornado warning outside Philadelphia.
Wow.
And if you go closer in on St. Louis, if you don't mind, we could show you the storms that are advancing through that area. They are getting a different part of the storm system than we are.
Yes.
So they're going to be dealing with much worse conditions across Illinois and Indiana, maybe eventually Cincinnati.
Yeah, they are
this weekend.
Moderate.
Yeah, so yeah, that's right. Big moderate swath covering a large part of the country. So, there's going to be a severe weather outbreak this weekend, and you're going to be hearing a lot about it. But that severe weather outbreak is not going to be here. We're on the fringe. We're on the edge of this severe weather outbreak. So we're just going to have the storms that can break off and break through, so to speak. Those will be the storms we're going to be dealing with. To catch more of this weather, and who wouldn't, right? You can catch Ashley. She's a hero today. Okay. Not all heroes wear capes. Are you wearing a cape? No cape with her outfit. I just checked. So she is doing the Studio 3. She's also doing WLBT News at 4, 4:30, 5, and 6. Okay. So don't say she's not working hard. Okay. Don't say that. Don't say she's not doing enough. She's doing the most. Okay. And we really appreciate that. And she does a great job as always. So catch her at Studio 3, WLBT News at 4, 4:30, 5, and 6 p.m. And then I'll be on for 9 and 10 tonight. I'm going to be going live from Pepsi Pops here this afternoon, but those storms are vicious. Oof.
I know. I wouldn't want to be.
I'm just watching the radar off to the side here, and it's like, wow. Folks, if you missed any of this, don't worry. We'll keep it up here on WLBT for you. We'll keep it on Facebook, and it'll loop around for you so you can check it out if you'd like. And then our weather is really going to be looking nice after this weekend. Not so bad this weekend, but after this weekend, the weather does improve. We'll be back here again at 6:30. Ashley and myself will be here at 6:30 to give you another update on what we're seeing for tonight's storms, to give you the very latest and the first alert.